House of Yonder is a podcast where the award-winning Denver-based design house discusses art, inspiration, and design sensibilities, as well as the strategy and logistics it takes to own and operate a successful business. And we always get down to the heart of the matter with the folks behind it all. Welcome to the House of Yonder.
This is a House of Yonder production!
Should we have everyone go around and announce themselves?
I love that.
Announce yourself so that we can know who's here at the roundtable discussion of our first ever salad bowl House of Yonder podcast.
Our first ever salad bowl roundtable.
I've never heard it called a salad bowl though. Is that a big thing?
Salad bowl. No, it's like a fish bowl.
Fish bowl.
Well, there was a game that
I like the salad
my
bowl.
roommates and I used to play. It was salad bowl, and then it was like you put celebrities in, and then you'd have to like draw them on and charade it.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, they're like Keanu Reeves. You know? And you're like, yeah.
You're like, obviously. Easy one.
And then you try to get as many in the time. Yeah. So, okay, fish bowl.
Fish bowl?
That's what we're saying?
I like salad bowl. I feel like it's more because we like
Healthy.
have salad bowls. I don't know.
I don't have a fish bowl.
What are we, a fish company? No. We have dinnerware though.
That's true. Yeah, it's available.
On iTunes.
And at houseofyonder.com.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we just go around and say who we are and how we play here at Yonder, and then we'll get into the salad/fish bowl, where we're going to be pulling out a question and then having a discussion about it. Ryan, round table style.
Round.
Okay, yours truly here, co-host of the House of Yonder podcast, Cody, marketing manager.
Available on iTunes.
Cody.
Go, Kels.
I am Kelsey Moore. I am the custom
names.
manager. I don't.
They're gonna
Who's
look
listening
you
to
up.
Is my name on the website?
Yeah.
What names are on the
Kelsey.
website?
Yeah.
No, it just says Kelsey.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm Kelsey. I'm the customs manager here at Yonder.
Live.
Next is Louie, shop dog, beggar extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Beggar.
I'm Gretchen. I am.
Say it.
I can't
Say
do
it.
it.
You have to do it.
Executive officer.
Be in your power.
CEO.
That's the CEO of Yonder. Gretch.
Gosh.
I'm Whitney. I'm the what? I don't know my title anymore. Design supervisor.
Design supervisor.
Design supervisor. Sales
Guru.
Yeah.
All things kook.
Cook master general.
I like that.
And I'm Mallory. I'm design director. I do sales, flowers, make sure things are happening.
Yeah. And you might recognize Mallory and Whitney from our latest podcast.
Yeah.
Design roundtable.
Yeah. So now we're having random salad fishbowl roundtable.
Now we're actually at a roundtable though.
We really are. We're not sweating it out
in a lodge.
Sweat lodge.
Sweat lodge.
We were purging our demons.
Yeah.
You can tell.
It worked.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we just have like a little icebreaker question to get us started. Does anyone have a kooky question to break it up, or should we?
Pull one out.
Is it the top one that you knew was going to be good?
Okay, this one comes from the CEO of Justin. If you were a sofa in our inventory, which would you be? And explain yourself.
And explain yourself.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
Kels knows.
Kels, go.
It's my favorite couch. I'd be the Frank.
The Frank.
And why?
Why? Explain who the Frank is.
The Frank is our lovely, large, low, mid-century leather couch. It's like one of our few couches that actually has a guy's name. So I think it's a little masculine, but it can still like be very feminine in its own way. And it's been sturdy. It's been sticking us out for a couple seasons.
Solid girl.
Yeah.
What's Louis doing?
I don't know. Like chomping on something. It's like right behind me and I hear,
He's trying to ASMR
Yeah,
too.
he's ASMR.
Louie, get up here.
Lift him.
I can't remember what her name is. I think it's Thea. Is
The
it
blue one?
the two? No. What's the two-seater with the camel and the leather?
Yeah. What is her name?
What? The camel in the leather?
It's like a two-seater little.
The chunky with the round.
You can put her flat. You can angle
Oh,
her.
girl, that's the Quinn.
The
Dr.
Quinn.
Quinn, medicine
Dr.
woman.
Quinn, medicine woman. Yes. She's a good one.
She is a good
Gwen.
one.
Because
She's fun.
she is full 100% custom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she can be bohemian. She can be masculine. She can be
She's got it all.
yeah.
She's classic, funky. She's doing it all.
Yeah.
I love her as well.
We need to do more of those.
I can't remember the name of her, but the little blush crocodile baby.
Oh,
The mid-century one.
Yeah. It's either Violet or Willa.
It's either Violet or Willa. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
I
like,
think it's Violet.
yeah, the violet.
She's good.
She's a cool, that's a custom too, right?
You know why that one's good for you? Is because from afar you're like, oh, she looks pretty cool. And then you get up close and you're like, oh, it's leather snakeskin.
It's leather snakeskin pink.
Pinky.
Yeah,
looks
and she's just
neutral
got that
from
classic mid-century shape. She's old. She's got a little dings in her, but she knows how to get the job done. She's doing her thing. She's living her life. are
I'd
you?
say I'm Sasha's counterpart.
Ooh.
What's the gray one?
Oh,
We just
Nat
said this.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
No, the Nathaniel's the like tufted one.
Oh, it's like that.
It's like it's the gray.
gray.
Sasha
like,
Fierce.
Channelback.
Yeah,
Channelback.
Yeah. I
Pretty.
just love that shape. I think that
Yeah.
shape is so interesting. But I like it in gray because it makes it a little more manly. That little, it kind of looks
You like a little
seashell.
androgy.
Yeah, I love an androgy moment. Love like things that are less that can go like feminine, masculine, or it's a really feminine shape in a masculine color, and I love that. So
And she's like one of the only ones that doesn't have sassy little legs she
No.
sits on.
She's just
She's
a
like,
chunk. Yeah,
Yeah, great to carry across the field
yeah. Not ideal. for
Nowhere to
transport.
grip.
with your weak hands.
Weak hands on old velvet.
Just lad inside.
Yeah.
Oh, show.
What about you, Coco?
Who would you be?
You can describe it if you don't know the name.
I don't know the name, but I would be the emerald velvet one with the little gold stiletto leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I just love emerald green, and I love how like it's just like a sassy little beast, and I just love those little legs, and it's just like it's living its life on 4 little toothpicks, and and they're gold, and you can't slide it. You should be very careful about it. And I think
She's
like,
delicate.
Don't slide me.
Yeah.
Be careful with me. Thanks, I'm sensitive.
Don't push me over.
Yeah. So I like that one.
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. And you can peep the rental house at houseofdenver.com and take a look at all of these sofas that we're talking about.
We should just put a little face next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
A
should be
little
your
floating
intro.
face.
Each of our pictures with our sofa under it.
Okay. We'll get that done.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll her up.
Ooh, stir that cauldron.
Table. That's a really big piece of paper. That's a long question. Those are my handwritten questions.
You're really ASMR
Okay.
in this.
Should I be the first call since
Yeah.
I'm digging around here?
Sorry, if you pull, you got to answer?
Well,
Is that what we're
I'm
doing?
just announcing it, and then I can go first, and then we have a round table discussion
nice.
about it.
Okay.
And if I don't like it, I'm not going to say it. We can have the right to veto any question.
These questions all came from our listeners. No.
But in the future.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's read this. I have seen different floral structures that I would like to pitch to my clients. Can you build those for your floral team?
Yes, so like if a planner wants to see like a specific structure, like either an arbor or a hanging installation sort of shape, basically would we be able to build that for our client? So it's
What's the
taking
answer,
floral time to like our floral team to like the next level. Instead of buying pre-made structures, we can come up with any certain quirky thing that you can ever think of. I think a good example is your bride, where there's like a whole wall of windows, but it's separated by little pieces of metal. And the bride wants to have an arbor that goes with those pieces of metal. And so we are building a custom-sized arbor sort of structure for this bride.
Yeah, not everyone wants to get married under an arch. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Asymmetrical,
Speak.
separated,
Meat
not
mop.
fully meat mops.
Body mops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on that question?
I think we get inquiries a lot for different things. We just got a question about a fully acrylic chuppah. That's the kind of
Cool.
stuff that we are totally interested in making and building and growing our inventory. So yes, we can do all of that and want to. So send it our way.
Not only can we want to. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next question from
No.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, but why can't I get peonies at any time of the year?
Mal, take it away.
That's a great question. So something about flowers is oftentimes people think that we can get all flowers all year round. We can't. Flowers have seasons, just like blooming branches. We can get them when when branches are blooming around Denver. So May-ish. So peonies grow usually June, just in June. A little bit in May, sometimes into July, but mostly June. And then they make a comeback and they get shipped in from Chile in December. So we can get them from different places, but it's very rare. Peonies are the most common requested wedding flower, and that's why that question comes up a lot. And when they're not in season, they're really expensive and tiny. So that's why I never want to bid them, because they're not worth the money.
Yeah, looking out for the customer.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's why.
All right, our next question comes from Benji from Wheeling, Virginia.
Ooh, what are your top 3 most inspiring traits of your ideal client?
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Benji.
Yeah, really knocked it out of the park.
Getting deep.
Top 3 most inspiring traits. I would say number 1 is trusting. Being able to bring ideas or just like a general aesthetic that is interesting to you. Bring that to us and let us take that to the next level. Number 2, I think, I don't know what the adjective would be. Go with the flow. What's that? Is that adjective?
Hard idea.
Yeah, laid back. Laid back. Very like. So being able to like take our ideas and know that, oh, okay, I like this one particular flower that I want incorporated into the design, but outside of that, like run with it. Right? That would be laid back, right?
Yeah.
Laid back. And I think along with laid back would also be like the entire aesthetic of the day is like, okay, I want the experience to be the whole like proposal to installation to event experience is laid back. So more of like, okay, something didn't go right, we're gonna make it right and fix it and like make it perfect. Like our aesthetic is also laid back. Like we don't want to make our clients feel like they need to be involved in something that they don't need to be involved in. We want to keep the experience like easygoing for them. Mm-hmm. Number 3,
Anybody have ideas?
what do you guys think?
I think you are both inspired by someone who has a design eye,
Yeah.
like who has an interest in design,
Yeah.
because they get it and they totally trust it and
Yeah.
love it.
I think that just makes everything go beyond cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of what we are.
Yeah.
Right.
And then those details are important to them.
Yeah. So trusting, laid back, design appreciative. There we go.
Nice.
Perfect.
Just to recap.
That's like the
From
writer's
Stacy.
From Stacy. I want to customize my event to make it stand out. What would you recommend?
Good
There
one,
were
Stace.
just Stace. There are just so many things we could do. I always think starting with just something that's really personal to the client is a good way to make your event stand out, because that's something that's unique to you and your story, or even like your brand. So just starting with that detail and knowing that, and then extrapolating that idea and making it personal is always going to make your event feel different than anyone else's.
Yeah.
I
But
love
I
it.
think like we have a lot of core structure ideas and pieces and that goes into every wedding, like an escort card display of some sort, and just kind of making it your own and that the client's own twist on things. And I think just making any standardized piece in a wedding and just kind of coming up with your own flair for it.
Yeah.
The
Or
whole
even like
idea.
an experience off of that. Like we have a couple who loves to go to Mexico together and do tequila shots, so all their guests are getting a little like
I love that.
Himalayan salt shot glass on there as their what am I saying? Name card? Yeah. So even just making it like a little experience thing, like everybody's gonna be taking tequila shots because they love that.
That's
Instead of a
great.
champagne toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there, which is so fun.
Yeah.
Party. Go now, get in
Get
there.
those salad fingers in.
Oh, she's really.
Ultimate salad fingers. What is the benefit of a holistic design house?
Oh,
That's
feel
a
like
good one.
We kind of just touched on that a little bit, but I would say the benefit of it, we talked a lot about it in our last podcast, which you can find on iTunes.
iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah, across all platforms, wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my god.
I like how your face goes deadpan.
I think that the benefit is kind of what we were just talking about, being able to see little parts of a vision and see that through the whole. Whether it's color, whether it's something specific emotionally that resonates, but being able to see something from like the minute guests arrive to the minute they leave and having that happen throughout the whole event. And so that feeds into place settings, floral installs, the escort card sign, all that stuff. I think when we're involved in all of it, we can put all those details to it.
Well, yeah, the benefit would be like one-stop shop, right?
Yeah.
Like that it's easy on people that are creating the party just to come to us and know that we have it and we'll run with it. And they don't have to be coordinating like 1,000 different vendors because it's like, oh, we need this and this and this, and like where do we go to like 14 different vendors? You can just come to one vendor, House of Yonder.
Yeah, that's what I think, I can't remember when this came up, but we were talking about, a planner was talking about, man, it was just so hard. It was like so much work to coordinate 15 different vendors, like lighting, tableware, chairs, tables, and I was just like, oh, I didn't even think of it from the planner's perspective of like all of the vendors they have to coordinate, when it's like, well, we can knock out a giant chunk of that. We don't do catering or bartending, but excuse me. I mean, I never had really thought about that.
I mean, like a planner could go to 15 different vendors and be like, I have a Mexican theme, and people could take it in so many different directions. And like, we have that vision. We've honed it in with a planner, and being able to take that across the board is key. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, I just need to check my notes because my biggest fear is this isn't recording. So, I mean, I don't want to disappoint the listeners. Okay, we're still recording. Wait, time check for our sponsorship. We're 20 minutes in. Okay.
Insert your ad here. We could take a little commercial break.
Yeah, we'd love to take a little break. Maybe have a little sponsorship from one of your favorite flowers or your, I don't know. We'd probably promote pretty much not anything. We're very discerning about who we get behind, but we love a lot of things. And we're back.
That's a good first ad.
Commercial.
Commercial break for everything.
Just kidding, we won't sell out. I'm like eating Doritos right now. How do you stay organized and up to date with changes? Technology. Next question. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Technology's a big piece, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's been a lot of changes, and we've figured out the ways. Just today, we had to sit down and talk through like how to update our scheduling. So I just like made a document and put it in our little document folder so people can refer to it if they have questions, and just like trying to develop more processes in place so that all of these changes that we're going through are like documented for people to like refer back to, because it's a lot to hold in your head.
Well, and it's key to growth too.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say that too.
Oh, more on that?
Well, I think like also with key to growth is like as we grow and we grow our team, we have the capacity to be able to put the time into those documents to be able to keep everyone organized, and we have a awesome team to be able to do that.
Yeah. So we went from just in January for like where all of us sitting at this table outside of Coco who came in May. We were all wearing a lot of hats. So we had to be able to like filter through those hats and like figure out like where everyone's specialties were, and like that's a process for us to just like figure out like, okay, you're wearing like 3 different hats. Let's like take 2 of those hats away so you can be really strong and wear 1 hat. Because who wants to wear 3 hats? It just looks silly.
Diane Keaton.
That was a
Have you ever seen
answer.
that Instagram post?
They're all like the same kind of hat.
Yeah.
A very
Diane
Diane.
Keaton.
Outside of her.
Yeah, outside of Diane Keaton. We can't all be Diane.
Right.
We
Maybe
wish.
she'll come on the podcast and talk about that.
That would be a
Tell us about your hats.
Yeah.
Diane, you're
And your
a style
shoes.
icon.
Yes. So good.
I could see that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's literally what she
pants?
said when we were in Montana in a hot tub. We're like, who's your style icon? She goes, Diane Keaton.
And Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She's stepping out of the box in some kooky outfits, and I like it.
That Met Gala set
She
her on
been,
fire, baby.
She's
A
like,
little blinking.
Yeah. A Christian Siriano original.
yeah.
So good.
All right. Next question comes from all the way from Alaska.
Alaska.
Becky, thanks for tuning in.
All them B names at this point.
What?
Stacy was one,
Stacy.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, Stacy.
but that was her. I haven't. Benji.
Woo!
Just
Ready,
alphabetical.
Ooh, this is a good one. What are some things that inspire you when curating your rental inventory?
Rich, that's a good one for you.
For you.
What inspires you?
Something that, I don't know, I think always unique, like trying to, we have like our staple pieces, but making sure that we get pieces that can mix and match well with like, okay, we've got a statement green velvet couch. You can take that green velvet couch like more of a traditional way and pair it with these chairs. So thinking like across all fronts of like traditional or bohemian or masculine or rustic, or trying to think of statement pieces that can mix really well, because that's kind of what we like to do, is just be able to offer different options with the same statement pieces. Maybe it's a throw pillow or side tables or accent chairs. Always like thinking of stuff that is not necessarily neutral, but more like eclectic and can mix. I don't know what that word is. Just mix as well.
Versatile?
Yeah.
Versatile.
Very so. Yeah.
And not too like I just said at the beginning question, like I would love to get into going back to being able to find cool vintage pieces and getting them reupholstered. We just got so busy that kind of fell to the wayside for us. So putting in some steps to like get some new vintage stuff that's like totally 100% us.
I think we're all super inspired by different like architectural and like design trends too. Like we were just talking in the office how we're all really feeling arches lately, like the rounded arches in like doorways, and like bringing that into design in different ways. So I think we're always just like on the lookout for those things and how to bring those through like our inventory and your design as a whole.
I also think we're inspired by seeing holes in our inventory, like things we don't have. Like we just were talking about in that vein, so many people ask for boxwood walls. And it's just such a common thing. And so we're trying to put our brains to like, what's something that we can do that is versatile, can be switched out, can be something different, and is all new and just something we have. So trying to like look at where we might not have that, but we don't want it because everyone carries it. So we're trying to keep ourselves a little bit different.
Like
Or
a
put
Yonder version of a boxwood wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, like put our own flair on it.
Exactly.
I don't know what that is. And maybe some of our listeners don't either.
It's just like literally a 4-foot wide by 8-foot tall wall covered in fake boxwood.
Like a
Fake
bush.
green.
Fake greenery.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And
Yeah.
it's used to
I know what
like
you mean.
cover partition, cover a generator, cover something that people don't want to see. But it looks like a fake green wall.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So
I know exactly what you're talking about. Got it. Seen some bad one of those.
see some good ones.
No shade, but yeah. True, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, are we ready for a cookie?
Cookie question.
All right, cookie.
Are you a cat or a dog? And describe your persona.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you guys already know I'm a cat.
What kind? Would you be like a hairless cat?
Do you think I am?
I can see that.
Naked?
Just when you were hissing. I immediately go to Rachel and Friends with the cat on the pillow,
Scratch
scratched up. But
on the pillow.
I'm not mad about that.
long hair, short hair. Where are you?
I don't know. I really don't know what type. Probably just like a stray. Who like comes and goes as she pleases and only wants attention when she wants it. And
Nailed
it's just very particular. So just like a free-spirited stray that doesn't want to be told what to do.
Live.
For sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm a dog. I definitely am a dog. I think I don't know what type, but I'm the one that's like, I think I might be like a helper dog.
Like a guide
A
dog?
guide dog of some kind.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
that
like
makes
I've
sense.
got a little bit of that like, oh, you need me to open the fridge and get you something out? Sure.
A beer.
Maybe a beer.
That's me opening the fridge.
Wait,
Yeah.
Carrying it over. And then just being like, you good? Are we good? Okay, cool. And seeing the big, like trying to see the bigger purpose and all those things and being helpful and kind and yeah.
I love that.
So much nicer than mine.
It's okay, we
We're all
bring
different.
Yeah,
We're different.
multiple things to the table.
Yeah.
And if you hear any beeping sounds in the background, we just have a busy warehouse going on around us because that's just what we were doing here. Yeah, we're never not doing something.
Never not beeping.
Right? Never not peeping.
I'm definitely a cat. I definitely like my environment. I don't know if I'm quite like a sit on a pillow only cat, but I think I'm like a windowsill cat.
Yeah,
Where I'm
totally.
just kind of like flipping my tail, like looking at people from my little perch. And I like to be cozy and comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't really need to come and go as I please. I'm just kind of chill where I'm at as long as it's the right environment for me. I have beautiful green eyes and I am a darker shade, maybe gray, maybe black, but definitely not white because white cats just freak me out. I don't know why. I just
Do
like,
they?
can't handle it. Yeah,
Is that part of being a Leo?
I can't handle it. But
That you're a cat because you're a Leo?
I think maybe.
That's not vibing with you?
No, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Oh, but I'd be short hair.
Oh, short hair.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to put it on an astrological sign, even though I am a Leo. I just feel like a cat inside.
Yeah, me too.
But I have dog tendencies where I try to please everyone, and I just like, I'm trying to shed that little fur coat. So.
I'm a weird mix of both, but I'm gonna go with I'm a very large, lazy dog. I just kind of like walk around, see what's going on, maybe play a little bit, and then kind of do my own thing. Like not high maintenance at all.
It's probably like a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Just like
I was
napping in
thinking
the
like
sun.
Newfoundland or like the big white Great Pyrenees.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exotic.
Fluff.
yeah,
Fluff.
all the fluff. That's also the kind of dog that I want.
It's okay. Yeah. That's how you manifest things.
Speaking of dogs you want, I always wanted.
Louis.
Cover Louis' ears.
Your
I
butt stud.
always wanted a blind and deaf Great Dane.
Oh, blind and deaf.
Blind and deaf.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Wait,
She lived
What?
with one for a while.
Oh.
Yeah. Blind and deaf.
Aren't
Great
they
Dane.
all
They're
probably
white.
different?
They're so weird looking.
Yeah.
They're big and white and lanky.
They all are? If they're blind and deaf, they're also white?
I don't know.
Never heard of
The
such
only
a
It's
ones
part
I've
of, like-
seen are white.
Albin.
Oh.
Albino,
Yeah.
Alopecia.
Yeah, so she was like
Not
blind in one eye, so she could kind of see, but she'd like run into me a lot.
Oh.
And she was just the sweetest thing. And she would just like snuggle up, but she like couldn't really see, so she'd like sit on me most of the time. It was just like sweet.
And there was
just,
another Great Dane in the house, and so she would just like follow the other Great Dane.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
He
So
would
I
be
like to
hard
think
for
I'm
a
like
baby.
walking through life blind, just like
You like to
doing
think that?
whatever. Yeah.
That's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
But like maybe like leading more with like your feelings and
Yeah.
intuition
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like yeah.
Than like actually seeing.
Yeah.
And you're such a visual person, what like that makes sense. That
Yeah.
you would be like, no.
No.
Yeah, that's why in our
it.
brainstorming meeting, like if I don't have a visual to see it, I'm just like, what are we going for? Give me an emotion.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. So when you always come up with your design boards, I'm like, got it.
Yeah. And I just like see that
Can't do it.
immediately.
Yeah. And then you just try to find like imagery and colors that match what's in your head.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be hard. I mean, to find what's in your head.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But then when you
Especially
find
because I'm not good at drawing or like creating the type of vision that's in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I? Can you guys merge these two pictures together?
Right.
Maybe like these 8 pictures. Make this look like that.
but you are good at seeing the like theme throughout all the pictures that are
Yeah.
completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You're-
it's crazy when it gets on the board and like nothing actually has to do with anything. But
Or when
for
there's
some
just
reason it
one
works.
picture up there and you're like, what's this mustache? So we're going, okay. We're getting there.
And then it's like, oh, now I'm a mountain scene. Okay.
You gotta let me work through it. You gotta let me work through it.
Trust the process.
Well, there's a lot of, like, for me, there's a lot of emotion related to pictures. So, like, when I see something, I'm like, oh, that's part of the mood. Oh, okay, that's in the mood. Mm-hmm. This is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, like, see all of that when I'm putting together mood boards.
Love it.
And I don't even think about the fact that they are very unrelated.
Yeah. Like subject wise.
Because they all feel very related to me. I'm like, duh.
Duh, this slip and slide goes with this mountainscape with a man with a mustache and a cowboy hat in the background.
Obviously.
Why would they not?
Neon cowboy theme. Obvious.
So good.
I want to slip and slide right now.
Right?
That sounds so nice.
Yeah.
That should be at our next Yonderette when we're grilling because it's probably going to be hot as
Balls. We're unedited. I'll just put this podcast
Explicit.
Yeah.
Explicit warning. Yeah.
Because we said balls.
Question?
Question mark?
Okay, next question comes from.
Next question is from Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
We should create people's hashtag or handles.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, Big Man 37.
Yeah, Big Man 37 says, how do you empower your clients to think beyond Pinterest?
Sounds like a question from Big Man.
It is.
Yeah.
He's not afraid. I think just really empowering people to think about the overall vision of their event and not zeroing in on photos to create their vision. Just as we can get really caught up in like, oh, I like that one element, but then it's like, how does that work in the space that you are working in? And how does that work with like the flow of
your event and your colors and all of that stuff. So just pushing people to think a little more holistically and selling that like emotion that we talk about a lot.
Yeah.
That's like how can we make that work for you in a way that feels cohesive to your event.
Yeah. Well, like asking the right questions about why you're drawn to that photo or why you're drawn to that situation, whatever Pinterest was put in front of you, and say like what is like elicited within inside of yourself that's like emotions, what kind of emotions come up for you, like what are you actually feeling when you see this photo, and then how we can then translate that to an entire event.
Yeah.
I think
You're
also
welcome.
part of it is a little like the managing of expectations. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten like inspiration photos and I'm like, yes, that is beautiful and overlooking a lake in Italy. So like, is it that view you love, or is it the actual flat? Like trying to help kind of coach people a little bit through what you're what Whit was saying about like you can like this one part of an image, but why and what is that, and making sure that do they just think the overall style of the photo is pretty, or do they think it's like what specifically is it? So just kind of managing that side of it too a little bit, and making sure that if you're getting married in Blanc, which is a beautiful venue, it's not going to look like overlooking a lake in Italy. So just helping to kind of guide that a little bit.
We will go to Italy though.
Obviously.
100%.
Okay, Yonder Without Borders.
I think something in like photos too that sometimes people don't think about is lighting. So it's like you might be drawn to super moody photos, but maybe the colors within those photos aren't moody. So it's just like pulling all of those things that we see because we work in this industry a ton, being like, yes, that is a moody photo, but those flowers are all white and green. Like, is that, do you like that? Or do you like the darkness of the photo and do you want richer tones? So,
That's an interesting question that we should ask in our meetings is who's your photographer? Have you booked a photographer?
Yeah.
we do ask that in our survey, and I think it's been helping because we've
Nice.
pulled up a few photographers and we're like, okay,
Moody.
they're like moody or like an adventure photographer, and they get a lot of like, if you're going to be in the mountains, that's super fun, but like, do you want to spend as much money on your reception if they're not going to really focus on those flowers?
Oh, yeah.
So
So smart.
And like helping choose, like they might skew dark and moody, like what was saying of like in photos they might skew dark and moody, but if then we give them all dark and moody florals and they've chosen a dark and moody photographer, then in the end you don't see anything.
yeah, you
Because
lose
it
all
just-
the dimension.
Exactly, so it like fades to the background. So just trying to get that conversation of if they're a dark and moody photographer, we're gonna like lighten it up a little bit, but know that your photos are still gonna feel that way, but just working with that.
And taking in the room into context too, because we have a wedding coming up that we were chatting through different options for candle color, and we decided to go lighter on the candles because the room is very warm and darker, and their photographer shoots a little moody, so we wanted the candles to read a little lighter and pop off the table. So it's just like all of these things.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
We're learning a lot.
Salad fingers.
Toss that down.
What does your hiring/training process look like?
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
That's a big
So I go,
one.
Flavio, should we veto that?
Are we vetoing this one?
Wait, we don't have to.
Yeah,
We don't have
veto
to,
it.
but maybe.
No, he's not here.
Yeah, we'll table that one for Nene's next feature.
Okay, what are 3 of the biggest learning opportunities you've experienced and implemented change from? Wow, that's a whole lot.
That's like the question I wrote. It's really long.
Okay, well, let me start over.
Maybe split it into 2.
Yeah, go do an A and B.
Okay, so A would be what are the 3 biggest learning opportunities you've experienced, and B would be how have you implemented change from them and able to. that have
2
been
questions.
able to
2
do well.
questions.
So,
We like a run on
I
here.
like a run on.
Yeah, I think we all.
So many learning lessons in the
Totally.
past 8 years.
Wants to kick that one off.
Yeah, which ones come to mind?
I'll go.
Yeah.
I have had so many. I think that for me, a huge learning opportunity has been with clients in terms of who is actually the decision maker, kind of learning, because oftentimes planners, parents, like the couple's parents, sometimes an aunt and uncle, can be a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and just kind of trying to hone in on who is the decision maker and who is the final say, and not cutting anyone out by any means, but just making sure that people feel like their voices are being heard. And sometimes you kind of have to be that middle ground just to kind of handle all the people, because sometimes planners have a very different vision than the mom does, and it's because it's what the client has relayed. So it's kind of trying to find that happy medium. And for me, I've learned a couple different things. One is to just be open and candid with our planners and say, like, who is my final client, and just making sure that their vision is seen through, and make sure that they feel really happy about it.
I think since I'm in customs, it's very interesting because like we can deliver the same couch 5 different times, but if I make something brand new for a project, I have to think through, okay, I have a giant piece that's going out. It needs to be able to fit in a truck. It needs to be able to fit through a door. How are we going to do that? Can we put it on together on site? And like thinking through every single process from making it, storing it, moving it, putting it there, and getting it back all in one piece or multiple pieces, whatever it ends up being, and then getting it to be beautiful in the end. So I think just learning every process along the way, and kind of educating people too when they're like, "Hey, I want this piece." I'm like, cool.
This is what that means.
Yes.
Kels, one that I really like is how on site we all have to take care of our own needs, because a lot of times we're like all over the place, or like in the middle of a field, or we don't know where. So you brought your little hangry bag. I love it. So you have your snacks and water and whatever you need, and I think that's just like really smart. So that's like something that I have taken a little cue from, and I'm like, I just need to take care of myself, and I bring like 1,000 Nalgene's in like one backpack, and I'm like, because I don't know when I get water. Like first, when I get on site, I like ask someone who looks in charge, like, where's your bathroom? Just so I know.
Yeah.
And like 10 people like ask me like, you know where the bathroom's at? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And like I think that's something that maybe isn't relevant to this podcast at all. I feel it's like taking care of your own needs, like when you're on site is like a huge thing that like kind of gets ignored because you're just there and you're like performing. And like Nene spoke on like the second episode about like, maybe she didn't, maybe this isn't a meeting, maybe this wasn't on a podcast, but around like just completely forgetting about your own needs while you're on site, because you have like a limited time to make something magical, and then you're like, I haven't peed in 5 years, I haven't eaten anything or drank water since like 1947, so
Yeah.
I'm like a shriveled
Lady Raisin.
Yeah. We definitely never really know how long we're going to be on site. Like you can plan for 4 hours and be there for 8, and I think just always being prepared to not die is important.
And we're always up for a challenge, you know, so hey, bring it on to the musical.
I think that's something that just speaks to like a larger thing that's so important in our industry, is that we are always like going and producing the next event, and if you're not stopping to take care of yourself, you're like, you need to feed yourself so you can like feed into your events. And
put your oxygen mask on so you can help the child next to you.
yeah,
You can't help them.
because burnout is like such a big thing in our industry, I think.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
for sure.
take care of yourself.
I love it. Okay, I just want to do another little time check to see if any sponsors would like to come on.
Call in. Call the hotline.
California Raisins, if you're interested, we're here.
We're all ready for your
The
comeback.
resurgence of the
We
California
are
Raisins.
eagerly
Coming back from
We will
1992.
brand
Okay.
the entire campaign.
We will style your commercials, whatever you need.
Oh my
Any
gosh.
sort of social event,
Yeah,
custom
the signage.
backdrop,
Think about the signage.
branding on everything.
Yeah. A podcast with the California Raisins.
Oh my
YouTube.
god.
A solo saxophone song
I love that little saxophone one.
is the best.
It's
I think
so
he's
cute.
the only one that really anyone remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were the other ones up to?
His little face was
Just
all like,
dancing and singing.
Yeah, totally. He was just smug.
so smug and so cute.
Yeah, but all the California Raisins got a makeover, and they're all wearing clogs and caftans now.
I love
And Diane Keaton hats.
it. Yeah. Should we do a final kooky or should we
Yeah,
keep going with some?
What time is it? How long?
Let's
We could
start.
run this podcast all day.
We really good. We're 45 minutes in.
Yeah, final kook.
Final
Wrap her up.
kook. Okay, I have one off the cuff.
Do it.
Perfect.
Okay, so you know how I know sports. Get ready. What would be your at bat song?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Like when you're going up to do your thing. It's
Yeah.
like playing to like amp you up, but also amp the crowd up.
It's so hard.
That is really
Can you whittle down through all of the Beyonce songs?
So Beyonce
Obviously, I know it.
vibe. Sure.
Diva, Beyonce,
Oh,
done.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one for you. I like that.
Done.
I'm a diva. That'd be good. Yeah. The crowd would really like that.
Yeah,
one
they
too.
would.
Right?
They're like, it's a little nostalgic, still super modern. I love it.
So I'd come out like just myself, and then all of a sudden it'd be like 2 people next to me, and then 2 more people, and then we'd all start doing the diva dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
and you have
on.
on chandelier glasses.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh, yeah.
and you bat with them on, and you still get like a home run.
That'd be
Everyone's like, how
amazing.
is she
Yes.
doing it?
She's like,
It's a disco ball instead of a baseball. I'm like,
ooh, this is a music video waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Wait.
I honestly can't think of a good one.
What?
I'm trying.
Wait, think about it. I'm just kidding.
What?
Wait, come on. Oh, wow.
I have one, and it's always been my walking song. You know when you have a good like walking song.
Oh, yeah.
Strut.
And it got ruined by a meme a few years ago. But it's a bag raider song, and it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Ding,
Oh,
ding, ding. Yeah.
It did get ruined.
It got ruined by a
What's the
meme, and it's
bummer?
always been my walking song. Ugh. Memes.
Memes.
The other meme song that I think about a lot is All Stars by Smash Mouth.
Would that be your song?
Like every Shrek meme that's ever happened. Somebody like the funniest song to me. I did Shrek ruin Smash Mouth's career?
I was watching this documentary called The Tents on Prime, and it's really good. It's about like how the tents in Bryant Park got started and fashion, blah, blah, blah. And apparently, I didn't know this. I thought Tommy Hilfiger was like, I was like, sure, you're there. Like, I didn't really give him a second glance.
Uh-huh.
But apparently, he was really big into mixing music with fashion, and he had like live bands play at his fashion shows in the tents. And one of them was Sugar Ray. And I was like, isn't that the Smash Mouth person?
No.
Oh, they're different?
They're
No.
different.
What does Sugar Ray sing?
Um,
The butterfly song?
yeah. That's Sugar Ray, isn't it?
No, that's someone else.
No, that's
He,
Sugar Ray.
he's got the blonde
Sublime.
spikies.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Smash Mouth. I
Mike
was like,
McGrath.
but can you imagine? Smash
Could you
Mouth
imagine?
at a fashion show? Like, no!
You're just like,
Stomping so
Okay,
mad.
Sugar Ray's over. Okay, no shade to anyone I just mentioned and called out
busting
personally.
through an outhouse at the beginning of Shrek.
Somebody.
Oh my god, it killed me.
I definitely have had a mental image of me at bat to like probably every flow ride is.
Ooh, what about Gasolina?
Ooh, that would be good.
That's a good one.
That's a good baseball one.
But I think it would now.
So right us.
It would probably have. Well, I guess don't I mean. Well, now it would probably be Miley's Mother's Daughter.
Yeah.
Good one.
Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mother's Daughter, Miley. If you want to hit us up, you know. Yonder_house at Yonder_house on Instagram. Thanks so much, Miley. We love you. But I also think that like Kesha's "We Are Who We Are" would be a good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Or the one where she's like dirt and glitter cover the floor. Remember that song?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that song?
Yeah.
Oh, I want that one. Okay, that's my final answer. Dirt and glitter cover the floor by Kesha.
That's
Also, Kesha, you could. We love you.
Love it all.
That Rainbow album. Oh, praying I can't even get into it right now.
Do you have one?
That video.
Whenever you said Smash Mouth,
Speaking of Smash, a related story. Oh, we're choking.
No.
I just was drunk.
The listeners can't see, but Whitney is in full choke.
all I could think of was Chumbawamba's tub thumping.
Wumba.
I get knocked out, but I get up again.
That's called what? That song is called what?
Chumbawamba.
Tub thumping.
Tub thumping.
Oh, wait, I thought the name of the song was Chumbawamba.
No, the band.
Yeah, they're having a lot of drinks.
Yeah, totally. Oh my god.
Okay.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we wrap this 5th episode up?
I'm all set.
Yeah, I think we're ending on a good note. Okay, awesome. Well, as always, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes.